If you have a cat, you should have a litter box. If you are intending on getting a cat, get a litter box. Without fail, this is a mandatory thing because obviously you do not want your cat shitting on the floor or pissing on the floor. That is not good. No one wants that, and you'll lose your security deposit if you live in an apartment or a rent. Now, the way you want to do it depends entirely on how many cats you've got. At least one litter box per cat no matter what, but you're better off going one litter box per cat plus one. So if you've got 2 cats, your best option is 3 litter boxes, especially if your cats do not get along. Cats that don't get along are not necessarily going to want to use the same litter box. They'll be like, I can smell you in this litter box, and I hate you, so I hate this litter box. Angry face. And if you happen to live in an apartment building where there's only one level, then really you only need 1 litter box if you've only got 1 cat, unless they're a super fucking picky cat, then you should probably opt for 2. But if you live on a house, in a house, with multiple levels, you should have a 1 litter box in every level. This is just simply for ease of access for the cats, but this is much more important if you have a multi-cat household, like I do. Seriously? Sweetie just went and whacked Timon for absolutely no reason. But basically with litter boxes, you've got many options. This one here is domed. So it's got a dome on it, and it's a wide bottom. You can get litter boxes that are this wide, well, this tall, or about that height. And you can keep the dome on them, or take the dome off. Yes, sweetie, that's a litter box. Yes, honey. Some cats love domes, other cats hate domes, and some cats like really shallow, some cats like really deep. It all depends on your cat. The same goes with litter. Some cats like really fine litter, and some cats like ones that are like big-ass chunks of gravel. And I believe there's also a crystal brand out there too, that looks like little white and blue crystals. But basically what your cat likes is entirely up to them, and just find their litter. Because if you have a cat that goes outside the litter all the damn time, if you find their favorite litter and their favorite style of litter box, they're much more likely to use that litter box than the floor, because it'll be like, hey, this litter box is nice. It's much more inviting than this cold, weird-feeling floor that I can't scoop. Because cats like to bury their shit. And you can't bury your shit if you go to the shit on the fucking carpet. So they will always opt for a litter box unless they have some kind of traumatic experience inside the litter box. So there are cats that will go outside the litter box, and there's a few reasons for these typically. The most common reason I'd say is the litter box is wrong. If you've got a tall, big-ass cat, and you opt for a domed, shallow litter box, your cat's not going to like that litter box, because when they go in the bathroom, they're going to have to turn around and stick their head outside of the litter box while they're going to the bathroom, because they can't go to the bathroom inside the litter box without smashing their head on the fucking top of the dome. So make sure it's the right size for the cat first off. If it is the right size for them, and they don't, like, hate the litter or something, stop it. Stop it. She's annoyed with Timon today for some reason. I see you eyeballing him. But the main other reason is trauma. Like, say your cat went to the litter box and got attacked by another cat in the household, or got attacked by the dog, or who knows what, or maybe they are having pain when they're going to the bathroom. First thing I'd say is take your cat to the vet. If they're having pain especially. Because the vet will figure out what's wrong, and you can basically go from there if something is actually wrong with the cat. But if they've sustained some kind of trauma, your best option is to completely clean the litter box. Maybe change the litter. If it's domed, remove the dome. Or just entirely get a completely different shaped litter box, or a different style of litter box. Just a brand new one, and put it somewhere else in the house. Because this will maybe change their perception of the litter box a little bit. And, of course, avoid any further trauma happening to the cat around the litter box. Because if the cat associates me getting hurt with the litter box, they're not going to want to use the litter box anymore, which makes sense if you think about it. And the other reason why a cat might not use the litter box is, of course, spraying. If it is a spraying problem, take the cat to the vet, get it fixed, neutered, whatever you need to. Just get that done. If they're still spraying outside of the litter box, then you probably have bigger issues. The first thing I'd say is it a multi-cat household? If it is, do the cats all get along? Because a cat that's not comfortable in their environment, your home pretty much, is more likely to spray, of course with males. And the next thing is there cats outside that are coming around the house and peeing on your front door? Because that'll piss off your indoor cat if strays are coming everywhere, peeing all over the side of your house. In which case, you're going to want to try and detour those cats away, or spay, neuter, return. Spay, neuter, return is a great thing for wild feral cats. Basically, you just want to trap them in a humane trap, which I have one of those, but it's stashed away somewhere right now. Don't know where, but I usually use them for skunks, but these work great for cats as well. And basically, you just take them to the vet, get them spayed or neutered, and return them to their environment. That's what you want to do with wild feral strays generally. But that is what you want to do if you have wild ferals coming around and peeing on your house. Because chances are your indoor cat's going to see them coming by, get pissed off, this wild fucker is in my environment and now I'm angry. I need to pee on the wall to prove this is my home. And probably the easiest way to figure out if this is the problem is basically set up a video camera to see if there's strays coming in your yard. Now, of course, not all house cats are bothered by strays coming around. Like, I actually do have a stray who comes around and lives outside, basically. And a couple of my cats, like Barley and Talon, will just walk right up to him and then meow at him and lick him. So it depends on the cat. Some cats are bothered by outdoor cats. Other cats are just like, whatever, just stay out of my house. I'm better than you. Huh. And the other reason, of course, that a cat, particularly a male, I guess, would spray is just simply because he's a Bengal and needs to spray on things. Bengals tend to be this way, male Bengals especially. They have a problem with spraying things, don't they? So basically, if that's the problem, if it's just a male who wants to spray things and he's completely fixed and neutered and everything, and there's no outdoor cats causing problems, and he's happy and safe in his environment, then your only option really is play with him until he's exhausted, which is about minimum 15 minutes for an adult who isn't, like, elderly. So, like, a 2, 3, 4-year-old cat, play with them for about 15 minutes and they'll probably be exhausted. Or take them for walks. Bengals, your best option is taking them for a walk, but you never, ever, 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 ever walk a cat on a collar and leash. Do not do that. Ever. That is so, so bad, because cats' necks are a lot more fragile than dogs. If you're going to walk a cat, which, if this is your problem, then you probably should be walking them, you walk them on a harness. This is something that goes around the neck, down the back and stomach and chest, and then hooks around their mid-side. There are ones that are better than others. The ones that are mostly available here are just simply a collar piece with a strap and then a piece around the waist. That is not the kind you want to go for, really, but that's all that's available here. But with a harness, what you want to look for is for the little hoop to be on their back, not around their neck. You do not want to walk them with the leash attached anywhere around their neck at all, because you could severely hurt them. Cats' necks are fragile, so don't do that. But walking should solve this problem, because basically what will happen is when you take this cat out for a walk, he will see this bush, stop at this bush, and pee on this bush. Basically, he'll mark his territory outside, which is where you want a cat to mark their territory. Let them mark their territory outside. And if you have this cat marking their territory outside, chances are they're not going to mark it inside. So,